So, a little introduction. We have our new head coach, Erik ten Hag, here on stage. We have Fernando Carro, our CEO, and Simon Rolfes, our Managing Director Sports. Quick start for you, the chance to introduce yourself. Erik, you're here for 3 days now of training with the guys. How are your impressions on and off the pitch?
Brilliant to be here. It's brilliant to be here, to go to Copacabana and under this beautiful sun, winter sun, to prepare the season. First move from our team, but also first move for myself and my staff in a new chapter. So it's really exciting to be here, and we're looking forward for the rest.
Thank you. Simon, you have been playing for Bayer Leverkusen for quite a while, and you have been playing with some Brazilian guys as well. How is it for you to be here now for the first time with the whole team?
No, it's very special because we have a long history with Brazilian players, and I played with Juan, Renato Augusto, Roque Jr., Wendell together, and we could always feel the passion for the football and the love for the football, and it's great to be here for the first time in this beautiful country, in this really country with amazing football players, and for us it's really special to start this pre-season here, this new season, and hopefully we will be influenced from the passion from Brazil here, and that's why it's really special. And I'm also looking forward to see Juan and Renato Augusto in the next days, and to meet old colleagues. It's always nice.
Thank you, Simon. Fernando, finally, we will be aired with our test game tomorrow in North America, in LATAM, and in Europe. How important is it for you to be here and to have the partnership with Flamengo as well?
Well, I think that everyone that loves football loves Brazil, because Brazil is one of the top countries in football. They have top players, they have top teams. They have shown in the Club World Cup how the Brazilian team performed. So for us as a German football club coming to Brazil, we will try to get inspired by the football passion, by the people, by the country. And our parent company, Bayer, is extremely strong in Brazil. We want to really strengthen the relations with Brazilian football, as we had already 24 players of Brazil playing at Bayer Leverkusen. And for us it's a special occasion to be here in Rio de Janeiro and have the possibility to breathe Brazilian football.
Thank you, Fernando. So up for your questions. If you would, we start over here in the first row. If you can go over here on the side. Right here. I will do.
Boa tarde, Alex Martins para a TV Globo. Ten Hag, por gentileza, o Bayer Leverkusen é um clube bastante caracterizado pela presença de brasileiros no seu elenco constantemente. Atualmente temos o Arthur como lateral no clube, mas um brasileiro que trabalhou com você em 2 oportunidades, no Ajax, no Manchester United, é o Antony. Ele está em um processo de saída do Manchester United. Eu gostaria de saber se existe uma possibilidade de talvez ele integrar o seu elenco, já que traz características que possam ser interessantes, e se ele se adequaria ao seu plano de jogo no Leverkusen.
Of course, this all you said. He has the profiles, he has the qualities. I bought him twice, first for Ajax and later on for Manchester United, and he was always like a son for me, and he's still a son for me. So he's an incredible good player with a lot of competences, but also you have to look always to your current squad and what is needed. So in this moment we don't have an interest in him, but we will see what will happen in the future.
Ten Hag, boa tarde, Gabriela Marino da Band. Eu queria que você falasse um pouquinho sobre como é que está sendo a sua experiência aqui no Brasil, no Rio de Janeiro, os primeiros dias de treino no Ninho do Urubu, e também o que você pode levar de positivo daqui para a Europa e também para essa temporada que está vindo. Obrigada.
I think it's incredible, and for us in Europe, it's always a pleasure to watch Brazilians and the Brazilian football. And the Brazilian football is very popular, of course, in South America, the two rivals, Brazil and Argentina. But Brazil have a special dimension for us Europeans, and Brazilian gave us so many moments of glory, so much moments of passion, and so much moments of joy. And I can mention all the Brazilian teams who had brilliant performances, who won with the brilliant performances, titles, trophies, World Cups. So for everyone know Pelé, of course, a long time ago, but afterwards there came so many good players. You can even count so many good players Brazilian is producing because football is so popular. And yeah, I had the luck to work with some great players, already mentioned Anthony, David Neres, but also I played in the past against great Brazilian players like Romario and Ronaldo. So yeah, it's really a pleasure to be here.
Second row, over there.
Boa tarde, Eric. Gabriel Bergoni, do Lance. Você vai ter o seu primeiro jogo agora a comando do Bayer Leverkusen. Eu queria saber como que você enxerga a sua chegada em um time que ganhou muitos títulos recentemente, fez muita história. Existe algum tipo de pressão maior por isso, ou você enxerga como um grande desafio, uma motivação maior para você? Obrigado.
It's always a challenge, and there's always pressure. That's how top football is. But I know what it is. I took over in Ajax, and there the targets are high. Manchester United even higher, and I know how to deal with it. I prove it by winning trophies. But as I said, everyone is starting on zero, and we have to start again. It's only about the history. We have to looking forward, and that means we have to invest. I said, on the wind from yesterday, you can't sail today. And that's the truth. Everyone has to take this on board, and we have to work really hard every day. We have to give your best by, I would say, with the mindset, good is not good enough. We have to do better. And then we want to build a new team, and we have to build a new era. And I believe strongly that this is possible.
Thanks. First row here.
Hi guys, hi Ten Hag, Eric Viana from Mundo Bola Flamengo. Great, nice to meet you. Brazil is a country that exports many young players. Flamengo has a great academy. Do you see this friendly has a chance to scout young talent? Thank you. And for Fernando too.
Yes, of course. I already mentioned that Brazil produced many good players. They must have a good philosophy. Flamengo is very famous about it, so I'm really looking forward. Also tomorrow we will play with many young players because the players who say the seniors, the internationals, they just stepped in and they will only play small part of the game. So it will be a mixed team, but sure in the start it will be a team that is more youth than experienced players.
The fourth row over there, please.
Olá, eu sou Igor da TV Brasil. Acredito que a pergunta serviria mais para o Fernando ou para o Simon. A gente sabe que a pré-temporada é um momento, principalmente quando chega uma nova comissão técnica, para, enfim, que os jogadores conheçam o trabalho do técnico, que os novos reforços também conheçam e haja aquele momento de se preparar fisicamente, tecnicamente. Mas também tem a questão da estrutura, tem a questão de enfim, os jogadores se conhecerem, criar um bom ambiente. Queria saber, considerando tudo isso, por que foi escolhido aqui vir para o Rio de Janeiro, justamente sendo um lugar que não é comum que venham times europeus para cá? Obrigado.
I can quickly answer your question. So basically, I think it's important for the brand Bayer Leverkusen. We are a club that is very international. that plays international all the time, and we always tried to be abroad. We were in the semi-final of the Cup last year, so it was not possible to do a post-season tour. We're not very friendly of do a pre-season, so that we decided that a training camp could be a good possibility. And of course, Brazil, having the headquarters or the big Bayer corporation in Brazil, representing the Bundesliga. Brazil is the 5th largest country in the world, so the media rights are important. We represent the Bundesliga, and we had a team of our people coming here to see alternatives to do training camps, and we saw a lot of them. There's really a lot of possibility to do training camps in Brazil, a lot of cooperation with clubs as well in the national, where the national team works. And at the end, it came out with Flamengo. We have a good relation. They have a good training in Nino Arubo, and all this, expanding our brand, having a good preparation, and representing the Bundesliga and being here for Bayer, was all the reasons together, the reason to come here to Brazil.
Thank you. Third row here.
Eric Patrick, do Jornal do Esporte, muito obrigado por nos responder. A pergunta é relacionada ao também o futebol brasileiro, né? Mês passado a gente, no final desse mês, agora no início desse mês, o Brasil fez os times brasileiros fizeram uma campanha histórica no Mundial, e você viu hoje agora a base talvez dos principais clubes, né, do nosso país. Eu queria que você fizesse uma relação se realmente a gente está no nível europeu também em relação a treinamento, né, a nossa base, o nosso CT, porque hoje você está no Ninho do Urubu, né? Então queria que você falasse uma correlação em respeito ao nível do futebol apresentado no Mundial de Clubes, por favor.
Yes, for sure. I can confirm everything you are asking for, and I think for decades ago, every Brazilian had, I think, only one dream: to go to Europe. But I think nowadays everything improved in Brazilian football. The infrastructure, so the academies they built, of course always the stadiums, but also the infrastructure of the stadiums, they improved. And it's nowadays also not so easy anymore to get the Brazilian players into Europe, because also the Brazilian league, they can compete. I think they can also compete financially. So still, of course, Europe is probably for club football the main market and the best leagues, but I think also leagues especially in Brazil, they are very strong, and we have seen it on the World Cup as well, that they are very competitive and they can beat also European teams.
Thanks, Eric. First row.
Alan Caldas, TV Globo e Globoesporte.com. Minha pergunta para o Simon Rolfs, por favor. A gente tem visto nos últimos dias, principalmente, o interesse de um clube saudita e também de um clube da Inglaterra, o Sunderland, sobre o Granit Xhaka. E eu gostaria de saber qual é a posição do Bayer Leverkusen em relação a esse jogador, se haverá negociação com esses clubes ou se vocês estão confiantes que podem mantê-lo. Obrigado.
No, first of all, for sure, Granit is a very important player for us, for this club and for the squad. So our main interest is to keep him. But for sure, if there's interest, you have to speak to the player and to see what his ambitions maybe are as well. For us, it's clear understanding that it has to be a win-win situation if it would come to a transfer, because we have 3-year contracts with the player. We are very happy with him. We have ambitious goals in the next years, so there can only be a transfer if it's good for everybody, and this we have to see. But our main objective is first to keep him.
Thanks, Simon. Next question, second row here.
A pergunta é para o Ten Hag. Eu sou a Manuela Monzo, do site Damas do Esporte. E vocês vão fazer uma pré-temporada na América do Sul, na América do Norte
e na Ásia, e são lugares com as condições climáticas muito diferentes da Alemanha. Eu queria saber como isso pode impactar na temporada em si.
I was even in Australia 3 years ago in a winter in Australia, in Melbourne, in the same period. So we were freezing, and we had our coats, and we have to wear them during the training. So this is much better. And I would say the climate is, it's never perfect. People always complaining, especially football. They're always complaining. We are used to it, and it's never perfect. But you never get the optimum situation in life, and that's life. And so get on with it, deal with it, and we have to perform. And it's our job now to deal with the situation and prepare for the season. And that is our target. So we have to grow together, and we have to work on our fitness. We have to work on our game model. And so we have to be a better team in the moment we return to Leverkusen.
First row.
Hi, João Soares here from ARD from Germany. I would like to ask Ten Hag about, you mentioned some players, Brazilian players that had a successful history in Bayer Leverkusen and in Bundesliga too. But we see that most of the top Brazilian players want and search, and the clubs too, the Premier League especially it's a very common goal. So I would like to ask you, Ten, as you had this experience in Premier League, how do you see the position of Bundesliga in this European scenario today, and if it is equally attractive for Brazilian top players, or how can it become as attractive as other top leagues? Thank you very much.
The Bundesliga is a very attractive competition, I can tell you, and that has to do with the very professional clubs. If you see the stadiums, the infrastructure of the stadiums, that is magnificent. Of course, Premier League as well, because there is but there's a different culture, and is difficult also to compare this. But for sure, is German clubs. You see also how they perform in Europe. They achieve a lot also in Europe competitions. Last year was Bayer Leverkusen was in the Europe League final. Dortmund was in the Champions League final. So you see how strong the German league is, the Bundesliga. Even the second Bundesliga, if you see clubs like HSV, Hertha BSC, Kaiserslautern, Köln, so I can mention more, and they're now coming up. It's a very, very strong competition. But of course also the Premier League. It was really a pleasure to work there. But yeah, as I said, it is a different experience, and it was fantastic and fabulous to be part of the Premier League. So now I want to feel the Bundesliga. So I'm really looking forward, and then I can make a very good comparison. But in the end, I believe, then I have the experience of the two best.
Thanks, Eric. Hannah, please.
Boa tarde, Hannah Tenda, do canal Gold. Minha pergunta vai para o Erik ten Hag. Essa memória da temporada histórica 23-24 ainda está muito viva na cabeça do torcedor. Como essa pré-temporada no Brasil contribui para manter a mentalidade vencedora e seguir elevando o nível do time, tanto em termos táticos como em integração do grupo?
Yes, for sure. I think that is the strategy from this club, and Simon and Fernando really talked me very good through how the structure from the club is, but especially the strategy. It's about staying up. They built the club over years and years, and that came out in unbelievable and an incredible season. The season before with the double and an European Cup final. And they built a great team. But you know, also in football, there will be always transfers. The teams are not stick long together. They fell apart, but then you need a strong organization good strategies like recruitment, that you fill up the squad and bring the next generation and the next good players in, and to build next good teams. So we want to stay up, and some players, they left. They were good players. The coach left as well, but they were part of this. But there are still is a very strong organization with a strong management, a strong staff who supported the coach in many occasions and in many areas. And still there are very good players. So now we want to bring new energy in the team, and of course then build new team what can compete for the highest and go for trophies.
Thanks, Eric. Second row.
Alô, som? Agora foi. Boa tarde, Rodrigo Lima, do Colão do Fla. Pergunta para o Ten Hag. Queria saber como é que foi esses dias treinando no CT Ninho do Urubu, qual a sensação que você teve ali da estrutura que o Flamengo tem, e visando o jogo de amanhã, que vai ser contra o Sub-20 do Flamengo, tem algum jogador da base do Flamengo que vocês conhecem e sempre estão de olho assim, ou vai ser uma novidade esse jogo, essa surpresa para vocês enfrentar o Sub-20 do Flamengo? Obrigado.
First of all, I want to say, when you drive up in the training crowd, you smell football, and that is you feel the vibe in that great training ground. So it's really also an inspiration for us to train on at that training ground. And some already mentioned that it's not usually that European clubs visit Brazil to make a training camp. And we are probably the first one to do this, and I think it's special, and we feel that, and it brings us energy. For the game tomorrow, no, I don't know any player of Flamengo under 20, but I'm sure that there's a strong team. My analyst already told there are very good players in, they have a good team, and it's for us the first test. And as I said, we will play with the mixed team, so our first test, they are probably further. Fitness-wise, also we are in preparation. We are training quite hard, so we will see. We have to work on everything, on our game model, but also on game fitness. So we need this game. So we're happy that we can't play against them.
Thanks, Eric.
Boa tarde, Brennan Grisani do Jornal Globo. Eu queria fazer uma pergunta para o Simon. O Bayern nessa temporada perdeu alguns nomes importantes como Wirtz, Frimpong, Jonathan Tah, e eu queria saber qual é a dificuldade de reformular um elenco vencedor, essas perdas, né? Porque chegando novos. É isso, eu queria saber qual que vocês estão enfrentando, e eu queria saber também dos três mais diferentes. Vocês já viram aqui no Brasil, turístico, o que vocês mais gostaram? Obrigado.
For sure, if we sell top players to world-class clubs, it's not easy to replace them, and we are not able to replace them through buying the same quality directly. So we are known for, and this was as well the case with Florian Wirtz or Jeremy Frimpong, that we bought them when they were really young and they came from smaller clubs, and developed them to this top-level world-class players. And that has been the case with when we sold Kai Havertz to Chelsea London, as well with Florian and Kai, the biggest transfers ever in Germany from German players, that we didn't buy another replacement. So the replacement was at the end Florian, a 16-year-old boy, developed to world class. So for sure we already signed very good players, and we will continue doing this. But our ambition is as well, and our it's a bit DNA of the club and the roots, that we develop the players still. We buy good ones, but we still with the potential to become one-day world-class players. And this will be as well for this window as a case. And in general, what I like here in Brazil, what I mentioned in my statement at the beginning that yeah, this everywhere you see football, you know. We were running in the morning 6:30 at the beach, and you see football already there at the beach, and this is amazing. And I know when my former colleagues like Renato Augusto always played this table tennis with football or football tennis, how they did it, and you can see this at the beach now 20 years later, still there. And this is what I really like to Brazil, and what can be inspiring for us as well.
So we do 3 more questions and start over there, please.
Boa tarde, Gabriel do Fraier, do Futebol Brasil. Pergunta para o Eric. O Bayer Leverkusen teve a perda do Florian Wirtz, que foi vendido ao Liverpool, mas em contrapartida contratou alguns jogadores como o Ibrahim Maza, que chegou do Hertha Berlim. Eu gostaria de saber se o Maza ele é visto como um possível substituto do Wirtz e quais outros jogadores também podem ocupar essa função no time.
It's no doubt, and that Florian Wirtz is in this moment one of the top-class players mondial. So to replace one-on-one, as Simon said, is impossible. That maybe a player, I say maybe a player can develop, but that is, I think, what Bayer Leverkusen did in the past so good, that they have an eye for talent, and they take them, and they look after them, and they build them. And of course, the players need to do it. But Bayer Leverkusen have a very good reputation about building a good pathway, and that the players can develop. And we are looking forward that the next Florian Wirtz, after Kai Havertz, Florian Wirtz will come. And that can be Massa, but I think we have also other players, very good players, talents, with big potentials who can do this.
Thanks, Eric. Second row here.
Boa tarde. Uma pergunta para o Eric. Domingo vocês vão acompanhar o jogo entre Flamengo e Fluminense, né? Um dos maiores clássicos do Brasil, 2 times que estiveram na Copa do Mundo de Clubes. E também vão estar no Maracanã, que é um dos maiores estádios, né, da história do futebol mundial. Gostaria de saber o que esperar dessa experiência, desse confronto aí pelo Campeonato Brasileiro. Obrigado.
First of all, Maracanã has an image, and it's so well known, not only in Brazil but in worldwide. So sure, in Germany, Maracanã is it's an element, and we are really looking forward, and we're looking forward for the ambience in the stadium, and then 2 opponents, and they are, I think, very close together because they were at the World Cup. That will be a great match. There will be, as I said, a great ambience. There will be a great vibe, and we're looking forward. Of course, technically, about the styles of football and the quality and the fights between 2 rivals. That's first, but also what's happening in the stadium, and it's a big pleasure, and everyone is already exciting to go there.
The lady in the last row, please.
Luciana Zogarbi, da Roquete Pinto. Para o Fernando, a pergunta. Eu queria saber se houve uma troca com a diretoria rubro-negra em relação... a gente viu, né, no Mundial de Clubes a maioria de atletas brasileiros, a paixão, né, da torcida brasileira nessa competição. Nós temos aqui um campeonato muitíssimo disputado, né? Mas o que faltaria, né, para a nossa liga ser uma liga que pudesse ser comercializada internacionalmente, como é, por exemplo, a Bundesliga? Como que vocês, com a experiência de fora, enxergam essa questão e se há alguma troca nesse sentido também?
Well, I think if you look back, some European leagues that are now broadcasted everywhere were not broadcast in the past, and I think that the potential of showing Brazilian league even more throughout the world is there, because you have seen the Club World Cup, the level of the teams is great. The amount of fans and followers, I mean, Flamengo is, I think, over 50 million followers over the world. So we will have a lunch on Sunday with the Flamengo President Bab and his team, and I'm looking forward to it. I think that there's a lot of things that in football we have common interests, and the experiences of Brazilian football, the experiences of European football are good to exchange. I'm as well in the board of the European Club Association. I know, for example, there's no club association as such in Latin America. It could be. I know as well that sometimes we have a little bit of a stress with the games organized by CONMEBOL when we have leagues in Europe, and I remember 2 years ago or 3 years ago speaking to the president of CONMEBOL, because instead of 2 games they put 3. I think the calendar is a big issue football-wide. I think the Club World Cup is a good idea, but the dates were not good. So definitely there will be a lot of things to be discussed. I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's always good to lie and have relations all over the world as football clubs, that at the end we are the ones paying the bill, we are the ones paying the risk, and I have a lot of respect for the success that Brazilian clubs are having.
Thanks, Fernando. We have one more question from a Brazilian media, but we will do an exception for the German ones. Philip.
Eric, tomorrow your first game as a head coach of Bayer Leverkusen. You just mentioned that you will line up a mixed team. Which players are available and which players we will not see tomorrow? Kanzak just came into the team. Boniface didn't train all the training. Maza we saw was training individually. What can you say about the status quo after some days here?
Yeah. Who arrived yesterday? Kwanza and Kofane. They will not be part of the game, and also Massa will not be part of the game. But for the rest, is everyone available? But I will look at the last information. We trained 3 days tough. We'll see what is the status, the physical status of all the players, and then make a decision how we line up.
Thanks, Eric. One final question.
Hello, Rafael Bortolotti, do Jogada 10. E eu queria perguntar para o Carro, recentemente o Bayer Leverkusen fez o Tour das Taças, agora teve a inauguração da escolinha, agora está tendo essa pré-temporada aqui no Rio de Janeiro. Eu queria que você comentasse um pouco sobre as possíveis e prováveis próximas ações de marketing do Bayer Leverkusen e se isso inclui algum outro tipo de intercâmbio com outros clubes brasileiros.
Well, the exchange is basically with Flamengo. This is the plan. We are having as well some other activities with the city of Rio de Janeiro. We are planning as well certain activities with the Bayer Corporation, Crop Science and Consumer Health, the 2 divisions that are here and that have worked with us together. And we will visit the German school in Rio as well. And I don't know if I forget something, Holger, but you can help me if I forget, or Sarah, if I forget something special. Because basically the option, the priority is of course in preparing the team and doing the training preparations, but we do certain things together. We were in another football school that the Bayer Corporation is here, and these are some things of the things that we have planned in the rest of the week.
We could give you a precise list afterwards. Thank you guys. Thanks to Simon, Fernando and Eric very much for attending. We do one final photo in front of the backdrop here, and Eric is going to be outside for TV interviews afterwards, and Fernando and Simon as well. Thank you.